Ever feel like just shouting, "How long?" at the top of your lungs? When life just keeps piling on the pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I hear you.
It's like that feeling's been around forever. We're diving into Psalm 13 today.
Okay.
A psalm of lament and trust. Pretty heavy stuff.
Powerful stuff.
It's raw. It's
Sure.
honest. And get this, it's structured in 3 parts, like a conversation with God, really. First comes the cry for help, then this desperate supplication, begging for relief.
Yeah.
And finally, this incredible affirmation of faith.
Wow.
It's like a journey from despair to hope.
You really feel that right from those first few verses, the raw emotion.
Absolutely.
It's like, how long? It's repeated over and over.
It's not just a question.
Yeah.
It's like this gut-wrenching cry from the deepest pit of despair.
Straight from the heart.
And it's directed at God.
That's what strikes me.
It's bold, right?
It is. It suggests a relationship where you can be completely honest, even angry, even doubtful. It's like you're allowed to bring your whole messy self to the table.
Exactly. And knowing a little about the author, King David, adds another layer here.
Oh, right, David.
He knew suffering. This wasn't some ivory tower philosopher.
A king, a warrior, he saw it all.
Leading a nation, fighting battles, personal struggles, collective suffering. He experienced it all.
So maybe that raw intensity comes from someone who really knows the weight of responsibility.
Possibly that crushing burden of leadership.
Makes you wonder if leaders throughout history have felt that same isolation.
I bet they have.
That despair.
And as we move into the supplication, the language gets even more intense.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me. Answer me. Revive me.
There's such urgency there.
A desperation for God to step in.
It's not just about survival, it's about truly living again.
You hit the nail on the head with that word revive.
It's powerful.
It's about renewal, spiritual and emotional.
Like rekindling that spark of life.
Exactly. And then there's this vulnerability.
Yes.
The fear of defeat, the dread of enemies rejoicing.
It's like being overwhelmed by darkness.
Do you think that resonates today, with people feeling surrounded by everyone else's success?
Totally, that feeling of isolation and suffering.
While you're struggling to stay afloat?
It's so relatable. But then, just when the darkness seems like it's going to win, there's this shift.
Right.
The affirmation. But I trust in your faithfulness.
It's almost jarring how suddenly the tone changes.
But it's so powerful because of it.
It's like this unshakable trust.
It doesn't appear out of nowhere, though, right?
You're right. It's anchored in those past experiences of God's deliverance. It's a deep-seated belief in God's goodness, his faithfulness, even when things look bleak.
It's a choice to hold on to hope even when you're surrounded by despair.
Yes, it is.
To choose praise when you can barely breathe.
It makes you wonder, what allows someone to access that kind of trust?
That resilience in the face of pain.
It's a question worth considering. What anchors us when the storms rage?
Yeah, is it past experiences?
Maybe.
Personal faith. A supportive community.
Possibly all of those things combined.
Tapping into some deeper wall of strength.
Could be.
Psalm 13 reminds us that we're not alone.
It does.
We can be honest with God, pour out our frustrations.
Yes.
But it also shows us that hope is possible.
Even in the darkest times.
By trusting in something bigger than ourselves.
And maybe the biggest takeaway is that this cycle of lament and affirmation, of doubt and hope, it's not weakness, it's resilience.
Powerful thought.
How might understanding this cycle help us through life's challenges?
Something to think about.
I'll leave you with that.
For sure, lots to ponder.
Until next time.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.